Howdy, fans! Welcome back to another exciting episode of
PoorTasteBuds,
right here on
There's
Under
a lag.
655 Studio.
655?
We're still social distancing right now. The two of us just recently became eligible for vaccines. This one here has already had his first one. I'm getting mine in just a couple of days. So we should be ready to get back to in-person filming in the not-too-distant future. You may have noticed that we didn't give you an exciting Easter special sequel this year just because of that. And we do plan on making it up to you in the not-too-distant future, so keep an eye out. But for the time being, we're here. Now, obviously, because our show's about sharing food, and a lot of the food is kind of weird, we try to make sure that it's all prepared the same way. So doing something like this from a distance isn't quite as easy as, say, talking about movies. But I found at my local dollar store a delightful little canned good that caught my eye. And it could go either way in terms of quality. But the point is, we both have a couple of cans. And
so you're telling me this isn't a box of Glenlivet?
No, as I've told you several times at this point, it's not Glenlivet.
Yeah,
it's
but
not
I'm
even
still
scotch.
Disappointed.
It's not even alcohol. It's not even a beverage. So go ahead and start opening that. This was sort of inspired by something that already happened in a Poor Taste Buds episode. You may remember back in our very first episode, we were making a delightful stew. In the process of producing it, we had sort of a leftover ingredient that Mike had an odd affinity for.
All right, I'm gonna...
Go ahead.
It's boiled peanuts.
There's something about boiled, like, when we made them, they weren't bad. Like,
No.
Mike really liked them for some reason.
I wouldn't go that far.
There's something about them being in cans that kind of freaks me out a little bit.
Oh, salt and vinegar.
Yeah, so,
Original.
I was on the Peanut Patch Real Southern Style Boiled Peanuts website while I was waiting for you to be ready for this. It says that some people like to eat them cold, but there are heating instructions on the back, and because it's a quick bite, we're gonna go with the microwave instructions. We're gonna do the originals first. We're gonna pop that can open and just see what they taste like cold.
All right.
And then we can retire to our respective kitchens to nuke them. Oh god, that looks terrible. I'll get a better shot when I'm up in the kitchen. But it looks like a can full of like dead slugs.
Oh god, they're so much bigger than I feel like they should be.
The smell is distinctly olivey.
Not bad.
For me.
Kind of oily.
I did do you the kindness of Googling whether or not you're supposed to eat the shells, because we didn't before. In fact, the peanuts we used before weren't even in shells. General consensus seems to be that you discard the shells. They should pop open readily, easily, kind of like edamame, but, you know, obviously much worse.
Oh yeah, they kind of do. I just like pinched it in it. Just
See?
like
Looks kind of... So.
Right open there. And then
Pop it open. Okay. Oh, they're soft. I don't like it.
well,
Has anyone ever been eating peanuts and been like, you know what, these are too crunchy for me?
Bottoms up, bud.
All right, friend. After you get past the initial shock,
A little bit of salt. It's a weird texture, obviously.
yeah, that's the biggest thing. Once you get past that, it's got kind of a briny. It mostly just tastes like salt and water. Mm-hmm. There's just a hint of the peanut kind of taste in there.
I really like salty foods. This is actually, I guess maybe I do have an affinity for boiled peanuts.
Okay, so with that, let us retire to our kitchens real quick to throw these in the microwave for 1.5 to 2 minutes.
Cool.
2 very boring minutes later.
So that was a relatively painless process.
Yeah. That was
as opposed to our usual procedure, which is spend 4 hours
in the kitchen.
trying to make dough out of Cadbury eggs.
They smell odd.
Yeah, the smell is off-putting. That's how I'm going to describe it.
Bad, but it's like it's not quite like on point.
It's not making me hungrier. Incidentally, this is the first thing I've eaten all day, so.
Oh.
They say hunger is the best
not.
spice.
That's true.
This is a.
And variety is the spice of life.
Which means that hunger is the best variety.
Yeah.
All right, I have one out of the brine. Which once it's out of the brine, it's at least cold enough for me to hold it. Popping this baby open. Sorry, we're not getting any sick close-ups, but I'm not really that sorry. I can show you this, but I'm not really sure how the autofocus on these camcorders works. So
I feel like this one didn't brine all that much. It was a little harder to crack open.
well,
cheers to warm boiled peanuts. Not that much different. I think it's a little nicer when it's warm, but
yeah,
doesn't affect the taste any.
Like I said, I wasn't really expecting these to be terrible. What I would sort of compare them to are like chickpeas, both in terms of texture and the way that these are hot. I mean, how often do you have hot peanuts?
Hot peanuts. Yeah, I think you put yours in a lot longer than I did. I only put mine in for the 1.5 minutes, the low end. Turned out to be the right amount of time because these are the perfect temperature.
Anyway, I'm gonna crack open these salt and vinegar. Try one of them cold.
All right. Now we're doing this one. Also, it's hard to imagine something more like salty than what we just had.
I'm hoping that it's vinegar. In fact, no, the other can's upstairs, so I can't compare the sodium content. All right, cracking it open. There is definitely a slight hint of vinegar. Not as strong as I was expecting, though. Scent-wise, usually you can tell it's vinegar. But a little also goes a long way, so that's why they call it vinegar strokes.
All right, let's handle this then.
Choosing not to react until you've put yours in your mouth.
All right, whatever. Cheers.
I'll do it.
Oh, that's vinegar.
I actually kind of like it better. At least cold.
Yeah. No, these are pretty good.
Yeah.
Plays off pretty well.
Salt and vinegar is a good chip flavor anyway, so if I had to choose, I would choose potato chips. But if I had to choose between these two, I'd probably choose the salt and vinegar, if I'm being honest.
I wonder if these are, like, not as bad for you as potato chips. Or maybe worse.
Well, they got more protein in them.
Sure.
These are basically just pickled peanuts. These ones in particular, I mean, those ones are brined. These are brined and vinegared, so it's... Throw some dill in there. All right, hot salt and vinegar. Here I come.
All right.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Okay, so first of all, can confirm 410 milligrams of salt, 710 milligrams of salt. So
it's like double.
No. I nuked mine for the shorter amount of time, just because, well, we already established that 2 minutes was more than hot enough.
For glory.
Oh. I just sprayed hot vinegar all over myself. I don't think there's a nut in here. Oh, there it is. Came out as peanut butter. Okay.
The taste is somehow more intense when these things are warm. The salt and vinegar ones, anyway.
It's growing on me a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little high maintenance.
If it weren't so damn inconvenient to shell these things, I would say this is a pretty decent little snack.
That's literally exactly where I'm at.
Chips or something.
Yeah, if I could just dig in. So, Michael,
James,
what's your verdict on Peanut Patch Real Southern Style Freshly Packed Salt and Vinegar Boiled Peanuts and Peanut Patch Real Southern Style Freshly Packed Original Boiled Peanuts?
Well, like I said before, I guess, were it not for the fact that they're so damn inconvenient, I would say it's a pretty good snack. I like it, like right up there with potato chips and stuff.
I pretty much agree.
But with protein.
I guess the one question I would have is if you shell them before boiling them, do they lose something in the process? I mean, they probably do nutrition-wise in terms of munchability. Because, texture-wise, this isn't that different than I remember the ones that we accidentally made. The salt and vinegar definitely adds something to it. I can see why some people might enjoy boiled peanuts. I'm not sure they're for me. If you have the opportunity and you're looking to try something for $1, at least where I got them, it wouldn't be a waste.
That's a pretty good price. Cheaper than a bag of potato chips.
With that, like I said, this is probably the only one of these online videos we're going to do for PoorTasteBuds. Probably a couple more from other shows on this channel, but we plan to be back no later than July with a brand new 6-course episode of real PoorTasteBuds fun.
Sounds terrifying.
We'll see you then. Until that time, I have been James R.I. Katie,
and I'm the Mikey B guy,
and we are the PoorTasteBuds of Under 655 Studios
655,
and we'll see you soon.
I want peanuts, peanuts, what I want, peanuts, 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 what I want, peanuts, peanuts, peanuts.